India's nightmare in Rajkot is prolonged because they have failed to defend 285, losing by 7 wickets with 2.3 overs, meaning 15 balls to spare. Daryl Mitchell, yet again, 300s against India in the last 5 to 6 games. And Will Young, the guy who had hurt India, player of the series in the 3-0 whitewash, their partnership ensured that India now have won only one game in Rajkot in the last 12 years. And this is the first time that a team chasing has managed to win in Rajkot, which clearly suggests that yes, 284 was at least 20-30 runs in hindsight, way under par. Sloppy fielding.
All of you picked India to win.
We felt that the wicket will get slow and low. It might be very difficult for stroke play. Initially, when Conway and Henry Nicholls were trying, we felt that, okay, perhaps it'll be very tough.
No, you had not seen that, that time. You would assume. I'm saying, when you made the prediction, you did not see Nicholls and this one play. It was on one.
Yeah, looking at how it played in the India innings, we felt it will remain in that way. Like it will stay low.
You're wrong on 2 count. By the way, you thought there'll be no dew. I think there was enough dew there. That's that one factor that was slightly different to previous occasion, and that's the only reason I picked New Zealand for a win. Because in today's day and age in ODI cricket, no matter what the situation is, sub 300 scores up. Unless it's really a bad situation, most teams will chase it down. Even if you look at New Zealand, majority of their, barring the last few overs how they cruise, majority of their innings, they were also, not in their fluent best.
Yeah.
But despite not being in their fluent best, they never fell behind the game throughout the game. They're batting at 5 runs and over, which is snail's pace in today's day and age, yet kept you in touch with the game. There was never a situation where you could lose. All you need in today's day and age in one-day cricket is to save on wickets. That's what they did. 5 runs and over. Imagine this is the T20 times or the generation where 12 runs and over are considered dangerous territory in a chase in T20 cricket. In fact, 15 is quite achievable in the last 7-10 overs on the range. In that day and age, if you're asked to bat at 5 runs and over for majority of an innings, I think it's a cakewalk for most teams. Which is why I said, unless the pitch would have been very sluggish or quite dangerous, only then you could have seen New Zealand lose. Which is why when you're sitting in the mid innings, I was of the opinion I'd give a better chance for New Zealand to win than to India, the kind of runs, and also probably also the assumption that I thought dew might help things bit. I'm still not saying it's the best pitch. Credit to the New Zealand batters also how they faced up against Indian spinners, and I think we'll talk about that in detail. But also the pitch helping, and then of course I'd pick Daryl Mitchell for a big one today. He's done that 131. I should have bought a lottery ticket today and not come to office, but
festive season, yeah.
Anyway, that
you're cashing in on the festivities like how Mitchell always cashes in Indian pitches.
That was a safe bet also.
Yeah. Considering his recent form, he's been phenomenal in Indian conditions.
Yeah, but
and against India.
Yeah, but in a bet, that's what I'm saying. No, like Virat is getting runs. I will bet for a Virat century, but it could have been a day like this where he gets out. It's that's the thing.
134, 103, 17, 63, 85, now 131. The last 6 knocks of Daryl Mitchell against India. And that's why he loves playing against India. In India, all his 3 centuries have come in India. Dharamshala, Mumbai, Rajkot.
Nobody bought him in IPL auction.
No one.
Not after the disaster of 14 crores for
CSK. Rightly so as well. I think IPL franchises realized with him and Rachin to a great extent as well that putting in a lot of money doesn't make sense for these guys. Accomplished players, when it comes to the 50-over format, doesn't quite replicate in the shortest format of the game. That's one learning from the CSK stint with the 2 of them that everyone realized. But he seems to really love Indian conditions. I don't know about Indian food, how much he likes it. He really likes feasting on the Indian bowlers for sure. But for 2 years now, he's really found a way of how is it that you score runs against India. I'd say if if India have got a Shubman Gill who has a phenomenal record over the last couple of years, including that double 100 by the way he scored, it's followed with a flurry of 50 plus scores. If India have a Shubman Gill, to face up against New Zealand have a Daryl Mitchell to match up as far as the batting is concerned. Very equal, very equal. The two batting sides become when you have somebody as accomplished and is doing extremely well against a certain side. India had just one thing to do: worry about that Daryl Mitchell wicket the most, and that's the one wicket that came your way, but you decided to drop that catch, and perhaps things changed from that point.
Mr. Run out, Mr. Catch, which is where
Even Daryl Mitchell should have probably won a lottery ticket today. He had a couple of lucky chances.
He scored 51 more runs from the time that he was dropped.
But
that's all the difference.
That's why I'll take you back. Last, encounter that I had, that was there. A few people also sent me messages on social media saying that I think we were being too pessimistic with India's performance in the last game, because I think we had pointed out the fact that the only reason India won that first game is because New Zealand allowed India to win with those two drop catches towards the end. Otherwise, India had done enough to allow New Zealand to a 1-0 lead. I think in that sense, it's never happy when India loses. And I think it was a good chance for India to win this game. But I think in that sense, this game is just reiterating what we were worried about in that last game, which we said in that last particular encounter, that Indian batting and the way they've been batting and the way that they've been notching up runs. You made two blunders last time in your batting order when you had sent JADEJA ahead of a KL Rahul. And I was, even though Harshit Rana at the end ended up scoring runs, we're not in favor of that, because don't think you were really pushing New Zealand that much. Again, had New Zealand held on to the catches, they would have won. Today, the shoes on the other foot, India's missed those chances and New Zealand have won. My point being that your ODI cricket at the moment doesn't seem as sorted as your T20 cricket. I know T20 hiccup here and there with Surya Kumar Yadav's form and all. That's something that you'll talk about. But I think otherwise your ODI cricket has a few issues. It did not really come to light in the South Africa series and Australia series, because two of your best players were in absolute prime form in Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. So every time that happens, you're going to be having a smooth sailing. But I think rest of India's batting, and I think we'll talk about India's batting order, the support cast, India's bowling as well, which I think needs to be looked at very closely, is also highlighting that there are a few issues. Mind you, you are now in a situation, and I hope that doesn't happen, in the last decade or so, India has an enviable record in ODI series at home. They've only lost twice at home in ODI series, both to Australia, also close ones, both to Australia, never to any other team other than Australia. Now you're 1-1, and it's a 50-50 chance. Looking at the performances of the team, there's a 50-50 chance, and maybe a lot will depend on toss as well. And I think batting second in that sense is quite helpful, and that's worked out in New Zealand's favor. You never know, you're staring at that. Overall, if that was to happen, I wouldn't want to be Gautam Gambhir, because I've already gone through two dubious record in test series.
And it began with this opposition.
I hope that doesn't happen. Because from, if that happens and India is playing the next ODI in 6 months' time, that will leave a lot of headache, a lot of uncertainty. Though I'm not worried in the larger scheme of things that the 50-over World Cup is far off. But for 6 months, no ODI. If you were to be in a situation we lose this series, it's not even, usually what happens if there's a series right after, things just sort themselves out and you don't worry for very long. When it's going to be a 6-month break,
see, there is a very strange, if you look at it, schadenfreude that India have with the Rajkot Cricket Stadium, because you remember the last time they lost, it was just before the World Cup. Just before the World Cup of 2023, you lost by 66 runs to Australia. At that time, you brushed it under the carpet because you had already won the series. You had won in Indore, you had won in the previous game in Mohali at that time. So you brushed it under the carpet, but that same loss actually gave Australia the confidence that yes, you can beat India in India. They had won a series prior to that earlier in the year, but then they lost this also, and they were coming on the back of a series loss in South Africa as well. Here, New Zealand, Gautam Gambhir, Shubman Gill, when you look at it, there is a strange trifecta there. Remember, Gambhir was there when New Zealand whitewashed India for the very first time. And it was led by this one particular individual who again went under the radar, but he was the glue that held the New Zealand batting together, Will Young. Here, his 87, despite surviving that initial burst, remember, he was clueless against Harshit Rana, but he hung in and ensured he gave Mitchell the confidence.
But I
Rajkot,
think the venue is incidental, Siddharth. I don't think India have lost because it is a venue that you're playing in.
it is just a warning sign.
I am saying India's troubles are not related to the venue.
Yeah.
India's trouble, and as I said, we won that first game, but there were a few signs that you need to rectify. And again, that luck of the green went your way. You won that game. This time it did not go your way, so you've lost. So I think, irrespective of where you're going to play, those issues will remain.
In 6 months so far, you're 4-4. So far, it's 4-4. You lost 2-1 in Australia. You won 2-1 against South Africa. Now it's 1-1. So it is a 50-50 split that you have had ever since October. The 9 ODIs, out of which 8 are done, it's 4-4. Now, Indore is going to define what is the blueprint ahead for the Indian cricket team for July. Because now you have to wait for June and July for your ODIs to gain precedence. Why I'm saying Rajkot is because at that time you ignored certain warning signs. The same venue is now giving you warning signs that, oh, your fielding needs to shape up. There are certain bowlers who are not justifying their role. The batters, you can't rely on Roko all the time. If you rely on them too much, there is a chance that you'll have an under par score. Remember, in those 4 losses that you've had, 3 have come when Roko have not fired. 1 has come when both Roko fired, but then Dew took it out of the equation. I think it was Raipur, if I'm not mistaken. So that is where I see that there are pressing issues which Rajkot has highlighted. This ODI has highlighted for you. If you don't improve on that, there will be one big day wherein everything will flounder if you don't take corrective measures. And yet again, it's come back to bite you in a big, big way. And if you lose this ODI series, big problems for Gill and Gambhir. Because if you don't win the T20 World Cup, Gambhir isn't continuing. And neither is Gill continuing as the ODI captain.
I'll argue the contrary, that if you win the T20 World Cup, should he be continuing? If you were to lose an ODI series now, if you've lost the test match series, should winning a T20 World Cup change that? I have a counter argument. I think you need to look at the formats differently. And if you were to lose an ODI series, again, it's a bilateral series, so I wouldn't make much of it. And many might say that why you talking about it, but then we were only told that why were we celebrating individual success in Australia considering we lost the series, right? So if that is the yardstick, that if the team management themselves is telling you that please take every series very seriously, then we might as well take this particular series also very seriously. And considering that it's at home and you have, as I said, an amazing record having lost just 2 to Australia. So if that was to happen, that will also be a rare failure, right? So how can that also be swept under the carpet?
Also worth noting, I don't really care much for bilateral series in terms of
but your team says you better care.
Let them. I will still not. However, there is one thing which will bother me, is if you've lost a bilateral series to what is clearly a very second string New Zealand.
Yeah. They don't have a Latham, they don't have a Ravindra. Kane Williamson is also on his last throws.
No Trent Bolt.
There is no Matt
No
Henry.
Mitch Santner. No Matt Henry.
No, Matt Henry. Bolt, anyway, forget it. Yeah.
But that's 5 players, even if you leave out Bolt, who should be walking into the team, who are not there. I know we don't have Hardik and Bumrah, but that's really it. Otherwise, this is pretty much a full strength team. On paper, I should be expecting that you defeat them comfortably.
No, many might argue that maybe an Arshdeep should be there in the.
No, but then that's tactical.
Washington Sundar
That's tactical then.
No, Washington Sundar. I am just telling you what people might say. I'm not that I'm in agreement with you. I'm just saying people will come up with names or an Akshar, these things. But I agree with you. These are names that you are yourself not 100% sure about, and you yourself are rotating players. So in that sense, I agree. The 2 absolute non-negotiables The out and out starters are only Hardik and Bumrah, who will of course walk into your team. But yeah, in comparison to what New Zealand have brought to the shores, there is a big difference. They've pretty much got, I think, more than half their team. First choice team is not here.
My only again, this is sport. You don't always win all games. You will lose a few games here and there. That's completely fine. This though looked like the kind of series at the start that India should have been winning hands down without dropping a single match. Why? Because chalk and cheese, when you look at experience, when you look at quality of the players,
especially the bowling.
New Zealand, again, no disrespect to them, no disrespect, but if there are 8 players in the side who had only played about less than 10 matches in India, if there were about 12 players of that squad of 15 who again had just played about 20 odd matches cumulatively, I was just going through that stat. Basic point being, there are players over there who are yet to make their debut in this series. It is that inexperienced a New Zealand side, and you cannot be losing the series to this side. You can lose one match, I'm fine with that. Ideally, you should not be losing because you still, without the 2 players, if I'm looking at players missing in New Zealand, with all the players that we talked about, the Henrys of the world, the Bolts of the world, the Williamsons, etc., you add that, they become a much stronger unit. India, if I was to just add a Jasprit Bumrah and a Hardik Pandya, who to me are the natural misses, not tactical misses. That's when an Arshdeep comes in. Then I would say New Zealand become a far stronger side than what they are right now. With India, the percentage increase in terms of strength could be about a 25% increase, because just the kind of roles that the two of them perform, again Bumrah being Bumrah and Hardik giving you that sort of balance. So if India, if they're X right now, they become a 1.2X or 1.25X. With New Zealand, though, if they're X right now, they perhaps become a good 1.45 or a good 5-6X, because they just don't have those players at the moment. And then to be losing, remember we guys, just couple of days back when we were doing the preview to the first match, we were talking about how this should be a cakewalk for India, 3-zip, because of the dire inexperience of this New Zealand side. You just had to worry about that 1 wicket again, perhaps another in Will Young. Those are the only 2 menacing players in this New Zealand batting side. But you've not had enough plans, and we will obviously be talking about perhaps where India went wrong, or why the bowling unit wasn't creative enough, innovative enough to devise enough plans for the 2 best batters.
I mean, look at it. Let's full respect to them. Zachary Fuchs, Christian Clark, Jaden Lennox, Michael Bracewell are not going to ensure that they intimidate the opposition. Okay,
and Glenn Phillips, as we figured,
but
who was also rolling his arm.
Yeah, but then look at it: Conway, Nichols, Young, Mitchell, Phillips, Bracewell, and Jamieson. These are the 7 guys who have had experience in India. The rest of the 4 have not had experience. Mitch Hay hasn't played in India that much. Zachary Fuchs hasn't played in India. Christian Clark is making his debut. Jaden Lennox made his debut today. Okay. On the other hand, look at it: through sheer simple basic discipline, they managed to keep this power-packed Indian batting lineup to 284. They did the basics correct, which our Indian stars, unfortunately, when you look at it, certain clutch moments have not been able to do it. Right from Perth, Adelaide, Raipur, then when you look at it now, Rajkot, they have not done things well. The catching, the bowling, they are not able to control the ball with the due. The batters, some fail, some... You are just ensuring that, okay, what is his role in the team? Too many chopping and changes. You don't have a clear concrete plan. This is the major crux. So that's why you don't have a dominant ODI record for 6 months. You have a 4-4 record.
You're missing out the most obvious thing, the batting. And I will say this, despite whatever numbers we can pull out, it's far too reliant on Rohit and Kohli.
Yep.
Far too reliant. You are far too reliant on them doing the bulk of the work. So the others can come in, get some nice average boosts, and that's it. Today was the perfect opportunity for a Shreyas Iyer to step up. Didn't do it. KL stepped up, full credit to him. The problem was that by the time he came in, he had to do a rebuild job of such epic proportions that his knock, great as it was, wasn't enough to salvage, and that's not his fault at all. You just didn't have, you needed another contribution. Someone to chip in with maybe a 50, a 70, a good 80, a Will Young's kind of knock, if I may.
Yeah.
You didn't have that.
Or a Glenn Phillips like cameo towards the end.
Talking about the inexperience, I have the numbers with me. 8 of the 15 haven't played in India before. 2 haven't played any international cricket. 1 hasn't played an ODI. This is the side you're up against.
Okay, let's turn our attention to where is it that India got wrong. Let's start with one by one. Let's start with Nitish Kumar Reddy. I think he's bowled all of 2 overs, if I'm not mistaken. 2 questions here. Could Gill have bowled more of Nitish Kumar Reddy in this game? And secondly, if he doesn't trust him as a bowler, why is he in the team? And if he's in the team, he's batting at number 7. Is he a number 7 batter?
No.
No to what? 3 questions.
No to everything. One, he's not a number 7 batter. Number 2, what is his role?
Where would you bat him then?
I would bat him slightly higher at 5 or 6.
Where, Siddharth? There you will have a...
Number 7, see, it's not
You're
his position.
5, are you batting him ahead of KL Rahul?
See, KL has batted at 6.
Yeah.
So,
But
if
today-
he's your team man, why can't he do that? Number 7 is totally, we can't bat in the top 4. That top 4 is fixed.
No,
the only places that is
this
there
is where
5
I
and
disagree
6.
with. I think fine batting position is not a problem with Nitish Kumar Reddy.
You're
you've
wasting
seen,
him then.
you've seen him. You've seen him up
In
the
IPL,
tempo in
yes.
IPL. He can give you the big hits, and that's exactly what his role at
But
7.
look at the
Number 7 in
position.
the IPL.
He doesn't bat at
He
7.
bats in middle order many a times.
But
Middle
he's
order.
number 4, no? There's a difference.
It's 4-5.
And
Check out SRH, where does he bat? He bats at 4-5.
And for Andhra, this VHT is batting at number 4.
Yes.
My point is he... Okay, he's in the team and you need to give him a chance. But where are you batting him? You need to see him, no? What is his role going to be? I'm saying if you bring him as an all-rounder, then you give him 2 overs. Today, wickets weren't coming. So I agree, if everything was going according to plan, for me, Nitish Kumar Reddy becomes the 6th bowler.
Correct.
So he doesn't get a chance. I agree. If everything is going according to plan, you're picking up wickets. Today is the day where wickets weren't coming. You've tried your regular bowlers, right? That's why you use the 6th bowling option. As a 6th bowling option, you've given him 2 overs. For me, what that tells me, and I'm not debating that if it's right or wrong, what it tells me is Shubman Gill doesn't trust him as a bowler.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's his thought. We can look at things differently. Shubman Gill doesn't trust him as a bowler. If Shubman Gill doesn't trust him as a 6th bowling option, then why have him? Might as well play an out-and-out batter if we're not going to be using him. Or play a batter who's more accustomed to batting at number 7. Nitish Kumar Reddy is not that. Nitish Kumar Reddy could be that player who bats at 4 and if the wicket falls, then plays around Daryl Mitchell and then ups the tempo later, whatever. He's not that batter who will come at 7. My point is actually what you need or this team needed was actually to have someone like a Rinku Singh in this team.
On the current squad with Dhruv
cricket.
Jurel.
And more so Rinku Singh because that's his job, right? That is what he's known to. He bats in that position a lot of times. He's asked to bat in that position. You needed someone to just turn his arm over. You've got an Ayush Badoni who barely bowls, and I think that much bowling Rinku Singh also does. But he is more suited to be batting at that position. Had you had a Hardik Pandya here, I would understand because he can adjust and bat there. That also takes me, what that also does is it also takes me, how is it that Ravindra Jadeja is batting at number 6 or a number 5? He batted at 5 or a batting at 6. Is he that batter that can help you win ODI games? I'm afraid no. I'm afraid he is not the kind of player that you needed so far. And this is why I say that there are too many issues with this Indian team. And I'm sorry to say in the last 2 years, your focus, and see this is why, if you want a 6th bowling option, then you give priority to that option being an all-rounder. Right now, with the selection of a Nitish Kumar Reddy and the replacement coming in for a Washington Sundar in Ayush Badoni, what that is telling me is that the Indian team really doesn't need a bowler. It really doesn't need a 6th bowler. It doesn't believe in a 6th bowler. All it believes in packing its batting lineup with just batters and if need be 1 or 2 overs. Then you're going down that road, then you might as well get more accomplished batters. I don't think Nitish Kumar Reddy has been either in that form or is suited to that position to do it. Then you might as well get batters who do it. Or you go down the road of actually having a 6th bowling option. A person who's an accomplished bowler and is a decent batter. And if that means to play Akshar Patel alongside a Ravindra Jadeja, then so be it. Because then he is a proper bowler who is also giving you batting. Then you can think like that. And my point is, this is what we've seen in this management in the last few years. They are so obsessed with batting. Bowling has been compromised that to an extent that anyone who can do this can come in. So long as he's a decent batter. That's not going to work for you, especially in a situation. And why I'm saying today's game is a perfect example. 2 matches, Kuldeep Yadav has been a bit off in that bowling. Ravindra Jadeja has been struggling for form, right? As soon as those things happen, who's going to get you wickets if partnership come? You're hoping that a Prasidh Krishna or a Harshit Rana get you those wickets. They have on occasions got you a wicket. Today, if that wicket is not coming, you do not have a wicket-taking bowler if someone goes out of form, or if it's not Kuldeep stays. It's actually Kuldeep who's to do that job. If it's not been his series so far, where is that 6th bowler? That's why I say your 6th bowler has to be the day. If it is an Akshar Patel, he can on a given day be that guy who picks up those 2-3 wickets and changes the game and gives you a bit with batting. But you are saying no, I don't need bowling. Bowling is naam ke vaste. Shane, can you turn your arm over? So long as you're a batter, you're in the team.
That last part is key. So long as you're a batter.
Correct.
Because and that's the thing. This is nothing new. I've noticed it even and we were talking about it during the Asia Cup or from the Asia Cup onwards when Shubman Gill was brought into the team. Who was the one person? We talked about multiple people getting affected. One person who we didn't talk about often enough was Shivam Dube. Dube was another one who fell victim to the same quandary. Where does he bat for his IPL side?
Number 4.
4 lowest. Where was he being forced to bat? As a finisher. Why? Because you dropped your natural finisher in Rinku Singh, because you had to accommodate Gill at the top. So, we know Dube wields a long handle. You go and this thing there. We'll make you even bowl 2 overs. With Nitish also, I feel almost sorry for him because at this point it's evident that he seems to be there in the team only because Gambhir wants him in the team. We're talking about 2 overs today. Gill didn't bowl him against the West Indies. In a test series.
Yeah. Exactly.
He bowled this many overs in a test match.
The problem that's turning out to be with Nitish Kumar Reddy is, again, the team management doesn't trust him enough to be a bowler. But
then get a batter.
Exactly.
Or get a pure bowler.
And if that's the thing, then you need to ask
Pure
yourself.
bowler they won't get because they worry about batting.
Exactly. So, but for how long can you be expecting that? I still maintain, if your 7 top batters cannot get you runs, there is only so much that your number 8 can do.
I agree.
There's only so much that he can do to save
the
day for you.
Accept it. We have said this 100 times.
No, but it absolutely serves no purpose.
I'm on the same page as you, but my point is we are barking up the wrong tree. That's never going to happen. Let's accept it whether we like it or not. And in this occasion, we don't like it. It's quite obvious that they have decided they need batting till 8. It's just period. Now
4 years
give them a
it's been
solution.
Arshad, 4 years.
They will need batting at 8. Give them a solution. Now you have only 2 solutions. One, if you're not going to trust the 6th bowler, just don't have a bowler just for the heck of it, for namesake, and a Nitish Kumar Reddy. Then you get a pure batter. I will agree. Then you get a pure batter. But if you need batting till 8 and you also need the 6th bowler to do a job on an occasion where any 1 or 2 of the bowlers aren't doing their job, then you get a pure all-rounder, which has been their aim, where they get a Washington Sundar. I think that has been the aim. Now that a Washington Sundar goes out, who have you replaced him with? Ayush Badoni, who again is a bowler for namesake. He's a talented batter, I'll give you that, right? But he's a bowler for namesake. You're not going to be looking at any particular, you don't have that all-rounder. That's why I'm saying you only have 2 options. You get either an Akshar Patel then, who's your genuine all-rounder. Even if you have 2 left-arm spinners, how does it matter? They play test matches together. They can very well play a ODI together.
Also, see who are New Zealand's 2 spinners today, by the way, the part-timers. Michael Bracewell, what does he bowl? Off-spin. Glenn Phillips, what does he bowl?
Off-spin.
There we go.
Finger spin.
Off-spin, Baba. My point is right arm off. So, finger spin to even a left-arm orthodox is a finger spinner. Technically.
See, that's why. Where did Nitish bat in the VHT? And if you look at it
Number
in the
4.
Number 4, right? You also cross-checked number 4 or number 5.
Sadada checked IPL. I was right. He's batted 4, 6, even 7.
But how many times?
Exactly. Those are also specific to certain games that he might come there.
A couple of matches I saw. In fact, 2025 season I looked at rather closely.
2025 season, you better not look at it because he had the most horrendous season.
Yeah,
so it
he was actually
doesn't matter
so
where he
at 4,
2, 3,
exactly.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, he would have scored 5
24 was his good season and he used to be a middle order floater.
Yes, number 5 at max. And today, look at this batting lineup. There is no need to push a Jadeja that high. If you want to utilize
Oh, you know why
Nitish,
we pushed him that high? Left,
Again.
right.
No,
but
but
left,
now
right, what
there's
the-
no left right in the ODI team.
Both openers
There is
are
absolutely
righty.
exactly both
Number
openers.
3 is righty.
The point is, the
4
point
is
is-
righty.
four is
They-
righty.
they
5
don't-
is also mostly righty.
My point is, they still worry
No,
about
today all your top 5 are
your top
righty.
5
Yeah.
varieties.
Then-
You didn't need to push Jadeja that
Exactly.
high.
There is no
That's
left,
my
right.
point. There's nothing called left and right.
Just a swap, and it would have ensured that Jadeja also, see, he's averaging in the last 6 matches, he's averaging 32 with the bat. With the ball, anyway, his confidence is shot. We're just 2 for 287 in 52 overs at 5.5 economy rate. Overall, his economy rate is 4.8. With the runs, look at it, 61. Can he do any bad than Nitish Reddy, who has a strike rate of 95? I don't think so. You just need a simple swap.
2 questions answer. Has Jadeja, because the debate does go to Jadeja and Virat, has he played his penultimate ODI?
Maybe. I fail to see how it is they can keep going back to him, and I truly respect Jadeja, an absolute legend of Indian cricket. The problem is, seems to have gone past his sell-by date. In white ball cricket, I don't think he's the same force. He retired from T20s at just the right time. And ODIs has kind of overstayed his welcome. It's flown a lot under the radar because, again, 25, you did well in the Champions Trophy. After that, you didn't play too many ODIs because, again, 2026 was going to be the...
Also, remember a lot of places India were playing 4 spinners. That was different.
Exactly.
Now
like
ODI
Champions
World
Trophy.
Cup is in South
South
Africa.
Africa.
So
Yeah.
you could have carried him on because he's an all-rounder, gives you batting, bowling, so it covers up. Now you will play 2 spinners, so you got to be very mindful of who those 2 spinners are. Is Jadeja the bowler that can win you a white ball game with the ball? I don't think so.
No.
Is Jadeja the batter who can win you a white ball game with the bat?
No.
No.
So that answers your question.
The only thing is when I look at the bench, if I'm trying to replace somebody, I always look at the bench. We talked about Rohit Virat. We said that, listen, there isn't any talent out there that's craving there to be, included in the 11. With Ravindra Jadeja, that's not the case.
Exactly.
There is a like-for-like guy that I have whose numbers if I apply certain filters, are much better than that of Jadeja.
Akshar.
With Ravindra Jadeja, the thing that's become is in today's struggles, I think all the more reason for one to believe that he may have played his penultimate ODI. Because am I getting anything outworldly out of him? I'm not. Is he really the best all-rounder, spinning all-rounder in world cricket at the moment? Absolutely not. Do I have a replacement for him? I do have a replacement for him. Do I have time to groom that replacement and make sure that he becomes a part of my...
He's
You
your
don't need to,
mainstay in
exactly.
T20
and
ODI.
and become
He's
and
ready.
groom to be ready always to be in the 11.
Yes,
he's not mentally groomed to know that whether
he's
he's
regularly in your T20.
yeah he
And
is.
test team.
So just
No, he doesn't get chances now.
At home, to an extent, here or there.
Now, yeah.
Now, I think, again, it'll be once Jadeja calls it quits from Red
See,
Bull.
because
but in Test cricket it's different with Jadeja.
Test, I'm actually
Exactly.
happy with
Okay,
Jadeja
because
being ahead of
because
Akshar. I completely agree.
again, also when I look at how global cricket's
because
changed.
Jadeja, the test batter, is also incredible.
Very good.
Yeah, with the tail, the way I think he got dismissed only once in the entire England series.
Yeah.
Only once.
Oval.
Exactly, the only time that he got dismissed. So with him, in Test cricket, I need his experience also. The experience that he has, also dry wickets, etc. Those concepts, those things you talk about much more now in Test cricket. Everywhere things have flattened out. What have we seen in the first 2 matches? Where there's very little assistance, Ravindra Jadeja just becomes somebody you need to play through the line. That's it. When there is no turn on offer, becomes very easy if there's no assistance for the bowler over there. Yes, with the ball, perhaps an Akshar could also be faring the same way on many an occasion because he's not a huge turner of the ball either. But with the bat, I know I'm getting something way more than what a Jadeja is presenting to me. So that's reason enough for me to look forward.
I think so, because see, again, your next game is in 6 months' time. You have, and I think a lot will also depend on how does the T20 World Cup go for Akshar. If Akshar has an outstanding T20 World Cup, then it'll be a no-brainer. If he has a mixed bag of a T20 World Cup, and if India, by the rare chance, don't do too well in the T20 World Cup, then maybe you might still shuffle between both Jadeja and Akshar. But if you ask me, at the moment, between, and I'm not saying it now, you are regular watchers, all of you who join us, you would have checked our videos for some time now. I think from the Australia series to the South Africa series to now, I think this is a stance that I maintain, that for me, Akshar, if you're playing only one spin bowling all-rounder and that's all the position you'll have in the World Cup in 2027, I think Akshar is ahead purely because of his batting. Such an accomplished batter. This on given days like this, he could be the guy, we spoke about. Yes, you got a Daryl Mitchell in a KL Rahul who was a Will Young. I think in games like this, it can very well be an Akshar Patel who can be, of course on days where Rohit and Virat don't fire. So with all that, I think penultimate game.
Same. I think he's playing his last ODI.
In fact, it could have been his last ODI if you had a fit Washington Sundar. I would have actually dropped him for Washington.
No, but I think both Jadeja, Washington would have played. It's NKR who would have been.
NKR would not have been picked. Yeah. So I think Indore. I think you're seeing his last stint in white ball cricket, because after that it will be very difficult for him to come back, considering the returns that Akshar Patel is giving you at this current point in time. So if a team for the World Cup has to be picked right now, Jadeja doesn't make it.
No.
He's become too one-dimensional when you look at it. Plus, whenever you looked at these last 6 matches, 2 wickets for 287, and he's not even giving me economy in the middle overs, 5.5. Yes, many people say it's less than 6, but no, it's not giving me that control also. He's leaking runs. Today, look at it. Our spinners combined ensured that they went for 18 overs, 126 runs.
Also, the problem with the Jadeja and ODI cricket specifically is that, barring specific conditions being there, not a wicket taker at all. Very much a container. And the problem is just that he's become so one-dimensional. Every time things are going against him, he'll keep darting it in. He'll keep pushing it in quicker, which makes him easier to negotiate. You don't really need to worry, because even if it's quick enough for you to not this thing, you can get it away for a single, 2. You're not worried about your wicket. Yeah. Jadeja works well when there's wicket takers surrounding him. Today, your so-called strike bowler was Siraj, who struggled. He was economical, but didn't come close to getting a wicket. Harshit was your 1 wicket taker along with Prasidh. Kuldeep also was struggling a lot in the middle overs. So that puts an even bigger spotlight on Jadeja then. Because then you're expecting him as the senior pro to kind of step up. He did not. 5.5 is not good considering that he couldn't get in among the wickets.
And I think it's all been accentuated, the troubles with Jadeja, the fact, and I mentioned earlier, Kuldeep not being in form. And it's a rare series for Kuldeep where both games, I know he's not been helped by a few drop catches. Fielders haven't really supported him. But yet is not looked as threatening as we got used to him. I wonder whether there's point to be made about, or at least start thinking about a Varun Chakravarti in ODI cricket.
His list A numbers have been decent also.
And his T20 form is incredible.
And he's been well.
Outshining Kuldeep there.
He's also been doing well for Tamil Nadu in list A. He's been doing okay. So if you really want, nothing stopping you. But I would still say that for now, I'd stick with the Kuldeep.
No, I'm not saying just
discard him entirely.
But keep somebody
as a backup. Yeah, sure.
Or breathing down his shoulders, like.
So Kuldeep Yadav getting put on the bench in T20s for Varun Chakravarti, and potentially that happening in ODIs again. Poor fellow must be thinking he's back in KKR.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was a repeat of KKR all over again in 2020, 2021 when you look at it. Because
that one you could have debated. This one though, I don't really have that much scope for this thing.
See, and that too, Varun's style will help him in South Africa. Flat wickets, skiddy,
keeps bowling the way he
Although
does.
Kuldeep has that bounce factor, I mean, his deliveries tend to kick up a lot more than Varun. Varun, just metronomical line and length, just here, just there. The batters will just
but speaking of here and there, that's where Kuldeep was. He was here, he was there, he was everywhere. Also, I'm sorry.
Not helped by the fielders, by the way.
Leave the fielders. He was not helping himself. Yeah. I'm sorry, he kept bowling it short. I'm like, what are you doing? You're a wrist spinner. Toss it up, mate. Please. At one point, you had KL Rahul in the stumps also telling him, Aage dal. He's not doing it aage.
No, I agree. Kuldeep today was rather looked uninspired and unimaginative. It was very easy. I didn't see him go for the wrong one as well. That's the delivery. That's his wicket-taking delivery. I don't know how many of them you could count on your fingertips. I think how many of those were bowled today.
But global warming is real, man. Dew in Rajkot. Climate change, I tell you.
I'm not saying it was as bad as a lot of places.
Yeah,
but I think kind of
It was there.
helped their batting a bit. Not as, but again, I give credit that middle phase game had slowed down a bit, but they bided their time, and that's the other thing that we've seen about New Zealand. We saw in the Test series how well their batters are playing the spinners. But that's the other standout performance. We spoke about Daryl Mitchell, by the way. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was looking at some stat at the start of this game, not now. He was third on the list of most runs by Kiwi batters in India.
In India, behind Stephen Fleming and Nathan Astle.
But I think he may have tied. I
it
think
could be.
today, because he's got how much? 131?
131 he's gotten today.
I can't remember exactly, but I think he was 131 runs behind a Fleming.
Yeah.
So he now could be.
Give me a moment, I will.
Joint second, only behind Nathan Astle.
Yeah.
For
I'll just check it out
New
in 2
Zealand
minutes.
batter to have gotten most amount of runs. But having said that, it's not just we spoke about. It's not just against India. Mitchell is now the number 1 ranked batter also. He was 1 point behind Virat Kohli today. Virat hasn't had a great day. Of course, what Mitchell has done, you all know. He will now surpass Virat.
This is India, New Zealand overall, right? In ODIs, batting.
In
when you
ODIs,
look at
yeah.
Wait. Yeah. So, okay, I think it is in India.
In India.
Wait.
Yeah.
Then I'll just go back.
It
I'll
is,
just add that filter.
In India, 700 something.
Yeah.
800 something is Astle. 700 something was Stephen.
Nathan Astle he's just 13 behind Nathan Astle.
Yes, no, but is he now gone past Fleming?
Yeah, he's gone past Fleming.
By 1 run or something.
Yeah, he has.
I think.
So he's only Astle is ahead of him.
There, I told you today he went past. Must be, because I remember it was some 130 or something like that, and he's just got 31. So it's pretty close. Okay, the other thing, because we're looking at, before we take your question, we're looking at reasons why India may have lost, and one of the reasons highlighted is, of course, whenever Rohit, Virat not firing. Though I must point out that when they were firing also in Australia, you still lost the series.
Yeah.
Having said that, I think one more thing that India needs to look at, and I think this is where I'll put Shubman to task. He has been in good form, both ODIs, he's been in good form. But I think this is where he needs to realize that I think somewhere in his mind he believes that Rohit, Virat are there, they'll sort things out. I think that's something that's in his mind. But I think he needs to realize that now he's captain, he will have to take this team forward. Shubman Gill will have to start winning games single-handedly. Right now, I think he's happy being a contributor to the team and believing that it'll be a team game and everyone else will chip in. I think Shubman will now have to step up, because both occasions, I go back to his dismissal today, was looking in absolute fine form, and against the run-up play gets out with that shot. That's slightly a lack of game awareness, because the risk of repeating myself, that delivery, I knew Kyle Jamieson was going to pull back the length, got hammered with a full length delivery, pulls back the length, and the most obvious shot you play, and that fielder right there, shot mid wicket, you find him there and you're out. So slight game awareness, something that he does for his IPL franchise, where he realizes that he is the main man and he has to bat, and of course Sai Sudarshan chips in and helps him out, but he's the main man. He is the guy who's supposed to win the game for his team, and he bats like that. I think in ODI he feels a bit relaxed, saying that okay, I'm still the junior guy, there's Rohit, there's Virat, they look after it, let me just bat my natural game. I think somewhere he'll have to realize, no, I'll have to take the onus on me, I will have to start finishing game, it's me, and it's alright to be selfish once in a while, because it helps the team or the larger cause of the team. So once he changes that, then he can emerge as that match winner, because I sure believe he has the talent in ODI cricket. Yes, T20 cricket we've had a difference in opinions, but I think in ODI cricket his game is there, that format suits him, and he can be a match winner who can take game single-handedly. So that, I think, that minor tweak he'll have to make in his head.
He's running out of time, by the way, to make that minor tweak. Because it's
no, he still has Rohit, Virat alongside him, no? So maybe that's why it allows him to get into that comfort zone.
Because see, so far it's been 8 games, he's not shown it yet. In trying to ensure he has a minor tweak, okay, it's the onus. You saw that in 2023. But that time, he was not burdened with the captaincy, which is why many people are saying that he was rushed into the leadership, he was rushed into all of that. I think they are getting some kind of validation with this kind of performances, because see, it's 4-4.
No, but
so
he's
far.
captain in test format, but he manages it.
It is again mixed yet again. Apart from West Indies, against the big nations, who did you win? 2-2 against England, and you lost 0-2. Although that one test that you lost was Rishabh Pant was the captain. Gill was the captain only in Kolkata. So looking at it, it's actually 4-3. Even there it is a even split. So somewhere down the line, it is just not happening for you. So I am sorry if he doesn't improve by June or by July. I think the captaincy calls and everything will have to be then taken. A very drastic step has to be taken then. Because this is still very middling.
Shubman Gill the captain? I don't
Because
know
see,
that.
today again he looked clueless. With his tactics, with his bowling changes, with his team composition, he looked clueless.
Who will you go to?
Provided fitness, I've got two candidates already. Shreyas, and if not Shreyas, Rohit. I'm taking the call. Rohit the captain.
That I believe that Rohit shouldn't have been removed. I'm not saying it now, saying it from that time. But now that you've done it,
Then Shreyas.
firstly BCCI have the courage to take a step back and do it, and secondly, will Rohit accept it? I'm not too sure. Him being dropped as captain went down very well with Rohit Sharma. So
Then Shreyas. That's why I said fitness permitting. Because see, at the end of the day, when you look at it, who's going to be your T20I captain after Suryakumar Yadav? Let's make one thing clear, it's not going to be Shubman Gill. Okay, Shreyas Iyer is waiting. If you want a proper white ball captain, he fits the bill. You don't want
can
multiple
you please
captains.
minimize this. Everyone seems to be busy
Okay,
with-
you don't have any other captain. If you look at it in white ball cricket.
Can you really take the call though of actually sacking your captain midway? I don't think so.
Okay, why I'm saying this?
Also-
Because see, you got 15 to 16 months for the
That's-
ODI World Cup. You are taking the call in July, so it is not too late. If you took it in July 2027, then I agree. Yes, it's panic station.
No, but if you scrape through this series, if it's a 2-1 series win, okay, you don't, as you said, you're not playing any ODI cricket for the next few months. How do you then decide? You have the sample size of Australia series, South Africa series, and this series. That's enough sample size, you're saying?
It is, yes. I'm looking
For
at
somebody
it. See,
who you know will be work in progress, and you looked at 2027 as a 2-year window, then the time that you took this decision. Why would you take the decision in 6 months?
because you're not playing that many ODIs. Gill's
But
tenure-
that is also something you knew.
Yes, but then see, the
So
problem
what's
now
the success rate you were looking at with the Shubman Gill? 3 matches there, 3 against South Africa and 3 here, 9.
See, you're out of the 9, you're playing 6 at home, where you're expected to dominate.
And
That's
he wasn't
fine.
the captain against South Africa. I really need to point that out.
But again, Gill
Yeah.
wasn't the captain then. KL Rahul won you that series
And
2-1.
that's
Then-
the only series you won. This is on.
This is on.
And Australia.
And Australia, you lost.
And even if Gill wins, okay, the Indore, he'll end up with a 3-3 captaincy record. Because it was 2-1 that he lost in Australia. Here, if he wins, it will be 2-1. So it is 3-3. Now, unfortunately, because the T20 World Cup is coming and you're not playing anything now for 4-5 months, you're directly playing in June, July. I've just got 17-18 months. I have to either stick with them or I have to make that decision.
I think they'll stick. There's no reason to twist so early.
Also 50% success
6
rate, right,
matches.
as you say. What were you
50%?
expecting?
Though-
80% match
though
wins?
I must tell you that what I remember of that press conference by Ajit Agarkar, he did leave that door open where he said that
Yes.
thing. But say, I mean, to answer your question about Rohit, they didn't go back to him even in
Yeah.
South Africa. So I doubt that BCCI will go back. I doubt whether Rohit will accept it again. That leaves you with Shreyas and KL. KL captain, I think. South
KL
Africa.
captain, yeah.
He was KL.
Stand in.
But you're not going to burden him with captaincy for a...
I wouldn't want that.
No,
Yeah.
no,
I
please
wouldn't
no.
want that.
Which is why
You
Shreyas.
lose KL the batter.
Look, if you are judging IPL as the yardstick for everything, be it batting, bowling,
But
captaincy,
I mean, I don't think they'll take a decision. Worst case scenario, India were to lose that series. I'm just saying worst case. Even then, they will not take that decision so soon. I have.
They should not. I believe they should not.
see, because look, what are the
No, because of
series-
Gill can also then be saying, okay, you're judging me. How many times did I have my best all-rounder in the country? How many times did I have a Jasprit Bumrah? You're judging me for the World Cup where you will give these ingredients, the best ingredients to somebody else, but you're willing to judge me when I'm not getting the best of the ingredients.
And only 6 matches. What is this?
Exactly. 6 matches, an out of form batter gets more matches in India if he's somebody with potential.
If he's Shubman Gill.
Well,
as has been in the past.
well, welcome to Indian cricket. Because see, what are the series you're going to play? Afghanistan, I don't think your entire full strength team will be there. Okay, England, that is one series you'll be playing 3 ODIs. New Zealand away, that's you're going to play 3 ODIs. That's going to be a big preparation.
I think England
Asia
and
Cup,
New Zealand. Yeah, but Asia Cup will it be this year or next?
Asia Cup will be 2027, somewhere around February,
long done.
March
Yeah.
at that period. Okay.
Yeah.
Then in the home season, you got Sri Lanka and West Indies. Hardly challenging if you have to look at it. Let's make no mistake
We're
about
being
it.
polite.
We have been very polite. West Indies are not going to challenge you that much. Sri Lanka, here and there, they'll just kind of give you a scare. But apart from that, see, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Before the Asia Cup, we were playing 12 ODIs only until middle of 2027. So actually, when you look at it, there is no time. There isn't any time. So whatever decision has to be made, because July ODIs are going to take precedence, make that decision. If you're stuck with Gill, stick with him.
I think
Then-
you should stick with him.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the biggest fan of the guy in terms of even his captaincy, but man alive, would it be harsh to sack someone after 6 games? 6
Also,
games
what
is
are
too few.
both the games where there was limited assistance for the bowlers? What are the bowlers doing to help his captain? Help the captain? Please tell me.
But at the end of the day,
we
the buck-
just criticize Kuldeep for not flighting the ball enough, right? For not finding the right areas.
I'll criticize AP Dillon, sorry Siraj, for not being effective.
but
enough.
the buck stops with the captain. At the
That's-
end of the
no,
day, the buck
you
stops
can't
with
blame
the
the captain. You can't first
Everybody
blame
blames the captain.
No, in
You-
modern day Indian cricket, the buck stops with the head coach.
Okay. So if not Gill, then it stops with Gambhir. So what is he doing? Either tactically, he's also clueless at this point in time. We don't know. So who's taking the decisions? Do you want a strong captain who's taking decisions from the coach, or do you want an independent captain who's
That
okay
we
taking
knew
decisions on
this
the
I'll,
coach?
was-
I'll answer this question for you. Do you want multiple captains across formats, or do you want one captain across formats? There you go.
This management is obsessed with one captain,
Because they want one
one
power
decision
center,
making,
one power center,
one power center.
and it's not the captain. Spoiler alert:
It's not the captain.
it's not the captain.
Never was.
So let's hold accountable
I'll tell
the.
But
you-
it's not football.
I'll tell you a few things.
I'll
Will
try
make-
to make it that.
I think a lot of time you look at Shubman and you think that he's not exerting what he wants, but at least I give, like for example, the latest selection also that happened. I have come to learn that Shubman stuck by a few players that probably weren't looked at by the team management, but he wanted them and they came into the team.
Like a Prasidh, for instance.
I was just about
I'm
to
not-
say, I'm just
I'm
thinking
not naming
which
or
Punjab
keeping-
player is it? Oh, no Punjab players, but GT players I can think of.
No, interestingly, the player that I got to know was not a GT player. So he stuck for him and said, no, I want.
Oh, that works in Test cricket.
Again, I'm just telling you for your sake that don't think that Shubman allows that everyone else to dictate. He's not, just he allow everyone else to run the show. He exerts his authority. He knows he's captain. He asks for players.
Did he ask for Ayush Badoni?
I'm not getting into this thing. It was even a bigger debate than this, where team management wasn't keen to have a certain player. He said, no, I want him. And eventually the selectors went with him. So don't think of Shubman also because he's young and he'll say, no.
See, he had exerted that we want a 15-day camp before every series that's happening.
Good luck.
Either he's not aware of his own system.
15 days, where do you get those 15 days from?
No, there were reports.
There were reports.
Yeah, and he himself confirmed it, not
Yeah,
him,
but-
he explicitly confirmed it.
Yeah.
But in the PC which he addressed prior to the series, he said that, I felt preparation time was lacking. My point is you can still do that. Okay, no, hear me out. You can do that in 2 ways. One, either you schedule less games, that ain't happening, you're in love with the broadcast dollar. The second thing, specialize your format players. Do you want to do that? No, you want all format everything.
This isn't the age of
Yeah, you
specialization.
did not prepare enough
It is
for
the age of specialization.
two-
You've gone backwards.
Yeah.
For 2 WTC finals, you went a week before. You didn't prepare enough
Yeah.
for that. You think for bilaterals there'll be 15-day camps?
Yeah.
Like who are we kidding
You
over
are
here?
WTC hopes are
Twice.
Yeah.
There was that suggestion, that bright, noble suggestion, some learned man
the
made.
commandment of January 2,
That
2023.
exactly,
Yeah.
that okay, fag end of IPL, those who are involved in WTC will go train Red Ball, this, that.
And then after that, it
And
was
what
like,
happened?
We've supplied them with Duke's ball.
Duke's ball.
And they learned to roll with that in the nets. Oh,
Really?
Come on, yeah.
Really.
We're talking about 15 days.
And
you
what-
went to the WTC final with only a week, 8 days left.
And forget it. Your WTC hopes of 2027 are also in smoke.
Yeah.
They're
up in
gone.
smoke.
Because-
You'll have to blank Australia 5-0.
You have to win 7 out of 8. Let's make no mistake. You have to win 7 out of 8.
10 actually. That's the number of tests you have.
9. 2, 2, 5.
Oh yeah, 2. My bad. Yeah. 2
2,
to 5.
5. You need to win 8 out of 9.
Good luck.
Good luck. New Zealand 2, Sri Lanka 2, Australia 5.
You're not winning 2 in New Zealand, so forget about everything else.
You're not beating Australia final.
You're not even winning 2 in New Zealand. Australia is the last series. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. We got Mr. Daniel. He says, "Sir, people say ODI is dying, but let me remind you, ODI World Cup trophy is still the most desirable trophy in international cricket, not the T20 or the WTC. ODI cricket requires cricketing skills, whereas T20 is only hitting." I don't think Daniel is way off. I think because, see, at the moment you'll have to agree, WTC is just started, while Test remains the ultimate format. But I think in Test cricket, let's say, Ashes is of more importance to Australia, England, and I think BGT is more important for India and Australia. And I mean, let's say if you ever had an India-Pakistan Test series, that'd be more important to the two countries than WTC. I think so. That's true. And secondly, I agree, T20 World Cup, even though we are the defending champions, is not the same as...
It's not even a World Cup.
It is now.
Now it is.
now.
It's no longer World T20.
World T20.
It's not World T20 anymore.
I don't
Change
care.
it.
2 years is not enough time to have a world.
Yeah, that I agree with you. If they really
The long
want in the
nature.
longer run commercials, if they work accordingly and looking at future, you always come up with a forecast and all. So if you're forecasting that T20 cricket really now has to shelve ODI cricket and take precedence, if that is the thing, you will have to make, and you want to make it that coveted, then it has to be played once in 4 years.
Now
But
again,
how
no
do you have
way.
ICC tournaments once
No
a year?
way can you do it every 2 years, because it just loses its essence. If I can plan for something every 2 years.
Now the problem is
Every
you can
year?
have it in 2 years, 1 year, 4 year. Now every World Cup you'll have to come up with some 2-3 different venues, because
Exactly.
everyone wants to play in
Neutral.
hybrid.
I know.
So
There
that is
is-
the other problem you have to deal with.
there is a simple solution to ensure ODIs remain relevant. First, scrap the Champions Trophy. It makes no sense for one format to have two ICC
will
events.
not do anything. They want to make money.
Yeah, I know.
That is why hybrid has come
Yeah.
in, so that everyone participates. This
Two-
will continue happening.
Two, don't play bilaterals. Just play ODIs in World Cup. That's it.
No.
Actually, don't play bilateral. Have Champions Trophy.
Have World Cup.
World Cups. Have everything.
Have only World Cup. Don't even have the Champions Trophy, because
Then change the name from the World Cup and make it the World League. You can play it 9 months in a year, and maybe that way you will be able to combat the existential threat
No, there
of
is that-
T20.
ODI
That
Super
ODI
League is
Super
there.
League.
Yeah.
The Super League is based. Yeah, I remember that Super League, which they're trying to bring back. I think that was an excellent idea, by the way. Gave a little bit of relevance to bilaterals the way the WTC did to Test, but if the way they executed was bad. I like the idea. Execution.
Ditto
less
for
than better.
WTC.
Yeah.
execution.
How is it that you are allowed to play 12 matches? Some play 25 matches. Come on. It's
Not
like
Some playing
every
2-match
team
series,
plays
some playing
against
5-match
the other
series.
team. And not it's equally divided as home and away also. All of that needs to be fair. Like, how can you do this? It's just randomly done.
Aliens will come to Earth and just say, why do you play the sport? Nothing is equal.
why you can play a sport for 5 days and not have a result?
Result.
Okay, Dhanush says New Zealand could win Test ODI series in India without Kane.
Yeah, they did win the Test series without Kane.
Yeah.
They can do it here also.
Yeah. Why so serial says people talk about Roko but no Bumrah and to lesser extent Hardik plus Varun. Any World Cup is going to be difficult chance to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. We've discussed that. These things that you point out,
Yeah.
we've discussed that. Pranav Sonjay 1420 says KD having a bad day. Nitish only 2 overs. No sense.
Yeah, we
Praveen,
mentioned that.
good points. We discussed all of that in detail. Why so serial again? He says, why Bodoni over DDP, Rutu, Rinku, Baba Parijit, 400 runs plus 12 wickets?
I'll give you one better. His list A stats in terms of runs scored are 629. Huh. Devdutt Padikkal has 700
700.
runs in this VHT.
He's done it twice.
Yeah.
700 plus runs, Devdutt Padikkal.
Average is 80.
Can he bowl off spin?
No.
Then that's it.
That's it.
Shane, this.
Rinku can.
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है.
He somehow also gets benched.
Rinku, by the way, we keep talking about T20. His list A numbers, his Ranji
Ranji
Trophy
numbers, he's averaging
are
55 plus.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
55 plus if I'm not
Phenomenal.
mistaken. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
He's an all-format batter in any other era.
I agree.
He's just been pigeonholed as, finisher. Ooh, finisher.
Ashish Dhar is saying, captaincy is tested more while defending targets. While chasing, if you manage to win, the captaincy gets brushed under the carpet. Too many easy ones. Which is why defending a total, that's what defines a captain, but
Good point.
not happening. Naveen Narayan. Last few years, Gambhir and company's concentration is on getting free format captain. Fill the team with all-rounders, get rid of seniors, and they deserve this.
Exactly. I think, Naveen, you've just,
Indeed.
precede what we've been discussing
Exactly.
for last 1 hour. Rakesh Bhushan.
When runs on the board is below par, captaincy, quality of bowling and rotation of bowlers, angles, field placement all comes into picture. I was waiting for such a day to see Gilt temperament and he's still learning it.
Agreed. Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Again, we've discussed. Good point, Rakesh. Naveen again says spin is getting a very big is becoming a very big concern for us lately. I don't remember a spinner steamrolling a team lately. Jadeja's time is up. He can't make an.
I mean, you've seen the combination of spinners in Akshar and Varun do it well in T20s. They tend to steamroll opposition when they get in a rhythm. None of them are playing ODIs.
Pitches aren't helping either. Let's be honest. Pitches aren't.
They were playing
helping.
on similar pitches, and Varun and Akshar were getting.
No, you were getting these drier wickets and all also.
in the T20s.
Yeah.
South Africa. No.
Yeah.
You had
No,
flat pitches.
you had
Yeah, come
flat
on.
decks,
You had
yeah.
flat decks. Aiden Markram was getting centuries.
Yeah. I mean, the one game that you lost,
He's
Arshdeep,
a good batter. My point is that he was getting
in that one game that you lost, Arshdeep decided I'll bowl 7 wides in 1 over.
and of
Mulapur.
course, of course, getting that legendary reaction.
Yeah. Rakesh Bhushan again. Nikhil, when did the last time batting coach made such comments? His recent one that all is well between Roko and GG, do you buy his statement? Don't you think off late his comments are needless and he needs to do his primary job
Rakesh,
well?
he's doing his primary job well. He's batting for the head coach.
Mean.
This
Very
is the
mean.
second time he's come out and done it, man. I'm sorry. And this time at least he was asked a question. I remember that other time he was asked a question about something. He's like, oh, they're making up baseless rumors. They want the team to lose. Good luck to them. That was the South Africa test series, lest we forget.
What is the, I'll let Shane answer. I am supposed to answer that question, but I'll let Shane know. What is the contradiction in the two comments that the batting coach has made?
So during the South Africa's ODI series, this is a series where both of them were performing well, Rohit and Kohli. And again, the inevitable question comes up, 2027, what are they being looked at? And he just said, no, it's all so much in the future. Why do we need to focus? Let's focus on the now. And now he's like, they are talking to Gambhir and coming up with strategies. So two players who are seemingly not in your plans are now talking to the head coach and coming up with strategies. I love this. If you believe any of this, then I know a Nigerian prince who will make you very rich if you just give him your bank account details.
Why Prince?
Wannabe
They usually-
princes, no? Usually that's how the scam started on emails.
I know. Lots of
Email
scams
fraud.
from there.
Yeah. Oh, those days.
Those days, yes.
You won a lottery.
Charles Charitable
Scams
Trust.
continue now on phone.
Yeah. All of them have.
OTP, digital arrest and all that.
Yeah.
Digital arrest.
The amount of challans I've had, man, I tell you.
Yeah.
Challan messages you get.
Yeah. Even I got day before I got one.
I replied to that saying, no, I don't open the link.
Yeah, I didn't open the link either.
I replied to that. I already paid that and I've paid extra cash also to the judge to reply to those messages. You can reply.
I had to tell
Don't
my
click on those links.
Yeah, I had to tell my father that I went, I got the alert, but I went down to the official portal just to check. But I was like, listen, please beware, because you
new scam.
just don't press that link.
Correct.
Come what
up
may.
with safe words also for your family members, because nowadays those AI calls are also a real
Oh,
menace.
yes. Yep.
AI calls as in?
As in, they'll if they just can get a recording of you talking, they can use your voice generated from AI, and then they'll call your parents saying, "I need money." So
Yeah,
come up
that's
with a
also
safe
happening.
word.
No, but Through your number, no.
No,
Through my number, some random
Uh,
number.
the
that I'm
the,
calling you
the
in
story
emergency.
will go like I'm in trouble, whatever. Yeah, it's me
Parents
speaking.
will figure out, yeah.
No,
not-
you'd be
No.
surprised what parents can't figure out.
that is also true. Now, I mean, I know that I have friends whose parents have been scammed a few times.
The other day,
Scary.
somebody
My family too, it's happened. So.
14 crore. Oh, 14
Luckily, we don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't scamming me out of that.
But 14 crore. Digital, that too via digital arrest.
Damn.
Imagine.
How do you do that?
Naveen Narayan is saying Gill is absolutely getting clueless when he's challenged by New Zealand. When he's challenged, New Zealand is becoming a perfect nemesis after Australia for India. We are just losing by hearing the name. Although, Naveen,
You haven't lost the series yet.
prior
Give it
to
time.
that, you won the Champions Trophy games twice against them. You won the previous game. You won 2
World Cup
games against them. Nah, that I don't agree to that.
Yeah, but
You're
they're
losing by the name
there,
alone.
there are sides that are challenging India a lot. In that semi-final as well, that match was going away.
Historically, yeah.
I mean, it's 5-5 in the World Cups, 2-1 in the
Cup
Champions Trophy.
2019. You had decided I'm playing the final. What you have to do, what
Yeah.
your plans.
We
are going
weren't
to
told
be.
it's a 2-day semi-final, na?
2-day semi-final. By the way, you keep talking about November 19th. That heartbreak
July
was
10th.
equal.
Yeah.
Oh, when Dhoni
Our
got run
country
out.
was shocked. No, because when you were drawn against New Zealand, everyone started celebrating the final.
The final.
Just little movement. Matt Henry, Bolt. Just
Matt Henry hurting
One
me.
guy
half hour,
came.
bad
Oh,
half hour.
bad
Bad
half hour.
half hour.
20 minutes.
Away.
Only 4 wickets gone like that.
And where did Jadeja bat in that particular game? Number 7. Remember that. So he should be batting in that.
Yeah, Rakesh Bhushan says that India's pipeline in terms of bowling is virtually empty. You don't have a good basket of all-rounders or spinners waiting and breaking the door down. We don't have a good off-spinner or leggy nutter. I tend to agree.
But you know, what point I disagree with, you're not picking those guys with that ability. You are now so hell-bent on, that's what I'm saying.
Specialists.
Batting, this.
Your
And you can
specialists
get
are done.
batting. You're not looking at an all-rounder.
Yeah, you're right.
You're looking like, oh, he can bat me. Look at the bowling skill of the player.
I
Try
agree,
and
but
pick-
I mean, let's look at leg spinners, for instance. Your backup to Kuldeep is Varun. Varun is older than Kuldeep, by the way. Your next best option would be who? Yuzi Chahal, who's also old. Ravi Bishnoi is your other leggy who comes to mind, but I mean, he's a googly bowler, so say whatever you will about that. Actually, the talent pool is a little less. You've got good younger spinners. Zishan Ansari is one who comes to mind, but again, they're all potential. They're nowhere close to being virtually the final product at all.
Mayank Markande had potential about 7 years ago. Now he's
Same with
nowhere.
Rahul Chahar,
Rahul Chair. Yeah.
who bafflingly continues to attract big bids. What does that man do?
Yeah.
No,
Ashish.
again, because there's a dearth of those kind of bowlers, and in IPL, everyone
Needs
it,
a leg
so
spinner.
where do you fit?
Yeah.
By the way, something big happening in Bangladesh right now. The Bangladesh cricketers have threatened to boycott unless BCB director Nazmul Islam resigns.
No, but is that
Yes, this is very reliable. Yes.
Oh dear God.
We're talking about there being multiple factions over there and all.
Oh.
really? I would like to see a.
Yeah, they've released a few statements as well
Videos or
now.
statements?
Statements, yeah.
Statements. Well, the Bangladesh conundrum only deepens. by
Yeah,
this
there's
point.
apparently some comments that he'd made yesterday, which neither the players nor the Player Welfare Association seem to have liked, and now they've taken the stance against him.
Is it Mohammad Mithun who's the welfare?
Yes, Mithun is
Mohammad Mithun.
Yeah.
He was a former player, if I'm not mistaken. Mohammad Mithun. I've heard that name. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Very interesting.
And the countdown is continuing because you only have another 24 days to go.
Cue the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashish Dhar, KD always struggles against Mitchell since 2023. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Only it was Mohammad Shami's brilliance that ensured that you won both those games. Rakesh Bhushan, let's accept Gill was made captain out of lack of choice. He wasn't talented as Hansi or Patodi when they led at a young age. Big question is he burdened by captaincy? We have lost Gill, the batsman, I feel, as of now.
I think the batter is still there, but I do think, yeah, he's not
the
stamped
pressure, the
himself as a
strain is
captain
showing. Yeah.
at all.
He's not adjusting to that role yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sandeep Ritz is saying this Indian bowling is the most pedestrian bowling in the last 2 decades. Siraj, Rana and Krishna can't be your 3 frontline bowlers, all one-trick pony. And lowest quality of bits and pieces in Reddy. But Siraj, Rana and Krishna won't be there because you're going to see Bumrah come back. You're going to see a Hardik come back. So that will be your 2 spots. Harshad will be there. Hit the deck bowler in South Africa. You need him. So that's the thing. Ravager 21. We don't have replacements for Shami, Umesh and Bhuvi. Nope, we don't.
Yeah, actually, your depth of that kind of paces, when you felt comfortable putting an Umesh on the bench, you don't have that depth at that point in time.
Yeah.
This point in time.
Yeah. Rakesh Bhushan, you want to take that?
I'll take it. He says that ICC chairman Jay Shah still addresses Rohit as captain. He was the one in 2024 as secretary of BCCI who had declared Rohit as the captain for the 2024 World Cup. Mark my word, he believes Jay Shah still rules the BCCI. I don't know, man. It's a hypothesis, but I can't get into it.
I have no information of that either.
Yeah. Please. Daniel is saying, Gotti sitting with Shiki and Shiki always saying something in Gigi's ears. Whenever India is not doing well, so on. Does it annoy any of you guys?
Who's Shiki? Sorry. Maybe my brain isn't working.
Shiki.
Shikhar Dhawan is Shiki.
Yeah, but he's
not around.
He's always saying something in Gigi's ear whenever India is not doing well.
Shiki? The coach, not the coaches for sure.
Yeah.
You got Morne, Tendo, and Sitanshu.
Sitanshu Kotak.
Is Sitanshu Shiki?
Shitanshu, yeah, I must have.
Could be. Shiki. My goodness.
Shiki.
He bowled us
the
a
only
real
person
googly.
sitting next to him is Shitanshu.
He's mostly Kotak. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shiva Subramaniam was saying. What was that?
Somebody yawning, I guess.
Yeah, but
That loud. Okay.
for a moment I thought it was
Sounded like a wolf.
Yeah. Shiva Subramaniam. My hot take is if Rohit had become white ball
Was
captain.
answered Daniel's question, no? Does it annoy when you
But
No, I don't be
also,
annoying.
this is not something that I've noticed a lot of.
I honestly didn't see it. That's why I
Yeah,
didn't comment.
like-
And actually, I would find it more irritating if his assistants weren't saying anything. Then what's the point of you being on the bench?
Or
Like
we-
you see it in football all the time, right? Sometimes managers,
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
always
Assistant managers are always
there's
yapping
one assistant
something.
manager who's always barking in the ear.
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta did it for Pep.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that being a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So that's normal. It's normal.
Yeah.
Okay, Shiva Subramaniam.
My hot take is if Rohit had become white ball captain in 2017 after MSD, India would have one more ICC trophy by now, but India went with all formats.
That's a very interesting take.
Fired.
It's a very interesting
Shots
take.
fired.
But
you're attacking Virat. for
Virat Kohli
captain.
also 2016-17 Virat, how do you
Yeah.
That's a-
raise a finger, yaar?
Ooh.
But hot take. I like the fact that he knows what he's saying.
Yeah, it is.
Hot take, which will be
I
a rage
might
bait
not. I
soon.
don't entirely disagree with him.
But
See,
I,
Virat
Which
the batter
cricketing board, yaar?
unprecedented, but
Virat
Virat the
captain.
captain. Yeah.
Virat Kohli was at the peak of his powers.
As a batter.
Batter, yeah. But
not
was
as
he...
a
was he a bad captain?
Exactly.
He
Was
wasn't
he
a bad
showing
captain,
any
but-
signs at all in Test cricket that he wasn't the right guy to be leading
No, there's no
across
right
other...
or wrong answer.
Exactly.
It's a matter of
Yeah.
opinion.
Exactly. And I think this is the key is here, Siva, that we can only say this with the benefit of hindsight. Because at that point in time, if someone had to
And
say...
conjecture.
Yeah.
Because
If...
If
It's like you know...
this
it's,
conjunction is the one.
it's like Arsenal fans when you ask them to describe why Saka is the best player. If Ronaldo wasn't playing, if Messi wasn't born, if Palmer doesn't get penalties. So it's always if. It's like that. It's that Rudyard Kipling poem. If. It's all if. So that's the thing. Ifs and buts are pots and pans.
Yeah.
yeah.
Iga Swiatek fan. Okay. after a
not
long time.
in for good times
Yeah.
recently. She's been losing a fair bit.
Yeah. Hi guys, how are you? We are all good. Is Mitchell better than Taylor?
Ross Taylor.
No way.
No
way.
No.
Take time.
Ross
Maybe
Taylor
at
was
the-
an ultimate.
Yeah, but at the conclusion of his career, maybe we can look at that.
Luteru Ross Spot Taylor Lotte Taylor. He is
Of course, he knows this full.
LRPL Taylor.
Any super chats left? No. So can we call it a night? Oh, we've
it's
got
Shivam Giri.
Shivam
Shivam
Giri.
Giri.
Let's do Shivam Giri.
First
before
Shivam
we
Giri of
wind up.
2026,
Yes.
Oh, Better Call Raul from Better Call Saul.
Saul. Yes.
Okay.
That's a nice one. Very creative one.
Yeah, indeed.
Poor guy has to end up on the
Losing side after such a good knock.
but I think he did what he could have done. Thumbs
Third
up.
loss for him
Yeah.
when he scored 100. Siraj looking at KL Rahul like a proud coach. All the hard work put by Viv Siraj is paid off. Happy for him. Viv Siraj, oh come on. Yeah. I don't know what is worse. Viv Siraj.
People really love Siraj on socials.
I know.
Yeah.
Virat Kohli scored 7 consecutive 50s after meeting Thala before failing on the 8th match. Thala's farmhouse effect also lasts 7 games.
Salah for a reason.
Did that really happen, huh?
Yes, it did.
So he met him in what was the before? When was the first match played?
See, he met him after the
Before the
Sydney ODI.
Yeah,
okay?
before Ranchi.
Yeah. So
Ranchi.
Ranchi, then Raipur, Vizag, then the 2 VHT games. This. And he scored in Vadodara. That is 6 games, no? But he's included Sydney also in it.
Yeah, okay.
Sydney 74, 135 in Ranchi,
Met
102.
him after Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
but
it's a good troll, but fine.
Ranchi
Factually
135, Raipur 102, then 65 Vizag, 2 VHT games. That's fine. Now this
6.
he fell for 23. I don't think
This
he
was
was
the
53.
7th game, so he's saying
Seven.
Thala for.
Oh goodness.
I guess.
Yeah. Every masterpiece has its own cheap copy.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, fella. I thought it was 1911 all over again. Yeah.
You lost also.
You lost. Yes. Again, khada machi hui. Go ahead. Thank you, Virat, for making my life better. World number one. Yeah.
Though I think end of this game,
It'll
He
be
might not
Mitchell.
be. Yeah.
Mitchell was 1 point behind him.
Yes.
Actually, tough race. Only 10 points separating the top 3.
Yeah. 8th ODI 100 for crisis man KL Rahul. In case you forget, he will come and remind you that he is the crisis man. Yeah.
That's true, actually. He has been the crisis man. I remember even in that game against Australia in 2023, the opener.
Opener, Chennai.
Yeah.
97. And Kohli was dropped that particular game. Yeah.
Okay. On that note, we'll take one final comment from Anshu Mishra saying, Nikhil sir, this is the biggest demerit point of a corporate job. Sidvi sir went home after such a long time and he had to return so quickly. At least 1 month should be given to an employee.
1 month?
Then you can find him.
Sir, what are these messages you are asking people to send for you?
Excuse me.
Paid PR.
I don't have a mobile with me.
Paid PR.
Paid
Come
PR.
with your real name. Siddharth.
Anshu, we know you're Siddharth.
Yeah, not me.
I know you guys exchange messages and
Okay, on
memes.
that note, as Priyanshu says, good night, take care.
Yeah. Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri,
Shabba
Shabba
khair.
khair. Eat your vegetables.
More videos also.
Yes.
And don't trouble your mothers.
Don't trouble your mothers. And happy.
Anju says paid PR.
Seriously, paid PR.
Obviously.
Next spin of
I wish I could do it.
Next spin of Vidya Balan will be tweeting about him.
Good God.
Vidya Balanji, comma.
Bye bye.
Bye. Abhishek has said bye.
Tada, good night. Tada, good night.